Welcome to this year's Kentucky 3-day event. Day 1, the dressage. Well, this is one of the easier dressage tests here. This arena is as picturesque as ever. Beautiful weather today, bright sunshine and a gentle breeze.
As they come down the centre line, they should be absolutely straight. She's about to salute the judges. These changes in pace are designed to help the horse answer the rider's aids. Good salute to the judges there.
And very important for her to stay focused. Next move will be the trot. Oh, that's a good trot. And ready to trot at the next change.
Nice rhythm in trot. Moving into trot now. Nice rhythm in trot.
A bit of resistance from the horse in that movement. A good walk there. Oh, that's a good trot. They halt and salute the judges. Well, I have a feeling that is going to be one of the better scores for the day, and that puts this combination in a great place now for the weekend.
Let's look at how they stand after the dressage. They're lying in first place.
Day 2, the cross country. The course begins at fence number 1, the Rolex Arch, and it's a straightforward and inviting fence that should give both horse and rider a confident start. Once out over the arch, it's on to the decorative flower box at fence number 2. And whilst riders will want to come in strongly to this wide jump, control is essential on the landing as the track takes a tight turn to fence number 3, the Jenny Lane crossing. Now, although appearing reasonably straightforward, Jenny Lane is not to be underestimated. With 2 high walls comprising this combination, riders will need an accurate line and correct striding in order to make this crossing safely. Then next is fence number 4, the impressive looking hay wagon. It's maximum height with quite a spread, but it shouldn't cause too many problems. Well, riders face their first choice of alternative routes at Mort's favourite, fence number 5. Those feeling confident can go the most direct way, jumping where the brush fence hides a drop, and then taking 2 strides to another brush fence with a ditch in front. Those not so sure can take the longer option and perhaps add a few seconds to their time. Following Mort's favourite is the A-frame oxer, a big spread with an 8-foot 6-inch wide ditch underneath. Now this fence will really test the scope of the horse's jump, and riders will need a good approach to clear it. The course then heads up the hill to fence number 7, the cordwood. This is a maximum height log pile with an almost 6-foot spread. Over the logs and back down the hill to another significant test, the Lexington Bank. This combination's first element is a 3-foot 11-inch palisade on top of a reasonably steep bank. Whilst horses tend to jump uphill fences well, riders will need to help their mounts here as they won't be able to see the landing until they reach the top. Now depending on the route taken, the second element is either another palisade or a 5-foot 8-inch drop. Most riders should be able to take the quick route through here, although those on less experienced horses may prefer the lengthy alternative. Well, having safely negotiated the Lexington Bank, riders are then confronted by the corner option, and it's another big combination. Riders can choose either the left option over 2 large corners, or they can go to the right with 3 slightly smaller jumping efforts. Accuracy and controlled pace will be the key to success here, as the placement of jumps and a difficult downhill approach will make runouts very easy indeed. The enormous hedge and ditch is next at fence number 10. Riders will want to approach it strongly and then take off fairly close to the fence so that they can successfully clear the obstacle. However, once over fence 10, making a tight turn to Kentucky's first water, the Sawmill, will save valuable time. The direct route into this difficult downhill combination begins with a big bounce into water. Horses take a few strides through the water before jumping out over a wide coupe. And if riders are not confident about bouncing into the water, there is another option. Whilst there is arguably less chance for a refusal, this option will consume valuable time. After the Sawmill, the course heads across to fence number 12, the gazebo garden. Although almost at maximum height, this obstacle made up of attractive flower boxes should ride well. Now horse and riders have the opportunity for a breather over fences 13 and 14. The hammock and the apiary are big but nonetheless straightforward fences and should be confidence boosters before the water. A lovely sunny day today. And out of the start box and away.
The time penalties will really add up if they don't get a move on. Through the Rolex arch. This horse is jumping well for her.
Well, nearly at Jenny Lane now, and they just need to be watchful here. Well, she's handled that very well. No problem at Jenny Lane.
This horse just cantering along this part of the course. She makes it look so easy. Coming to the first real question now, fence 5, Mort's favourite. This horse has a great style of jumping. Looking very determined. Coming up the hill now to fence 7, the cordwood. making their way now to the first really difficult spot on this course at Lexington.
Cantering nicely through there. It's just lovely watching these two.
That's about halfway, and they're clear so far. Amazing ride, brimming with confidence. Galloping along nicely now. Great effort there. Approaching the sawmill, they'll need to concentrate here.
No problem there. We'll clear over that and through the water at the sawmill. Not too far to go now. Did they tackle that well?
My goodness, this horse has a lovely way of jumping. Looking good through Gazebo Garden. This poor horse really does look a bit worn out.
Cantering along this section now. Excellent riding here. Coming into the apiary, this fence shouldn't cause them any problems at all.
Clear over the last. What a relief to see that finish.
Over the finish line and the clock stops.
That's a fantastic run from this horse.
Well, let's look at the standings after the cross country. Oh, they're lying in first place. Day 3. Quite a straightforward course this, only a few changes of direction. Steady rain falling here today and riders will need to be extra careful on course. This horse is really jumping well for her. Well, she's handled that very well. Gosh, she makes that look so easy.
This horse has a great style of jumping. Looking very determined. The horse was beautifully balanced there. Amazing ride, brimming with confidence.
Great effort there, and this horse is really full of going. No problem there.
Clear over that. Clear through there.
My goodness, this horse really has a lovely way of jumping.
Here's the first combination. Clears the fence easily.
Neatly over that fence. Over the finish line and the clock stops.
They've done a superb job.
Now let's look at the standings after the show jumping. Oh, they're lying in first place. And here we have the winners of this year's Kentucky Horse Trials. And well done indeed.
Welcome to this year's Mitsubishi Badminton Horse Trials. Day 1, the Dressage. Quite a simple test, this one. A beautiful arena. A lovely sunny day today.
She enters the arena now. Ready to salute the judges.
Concentration is everything here. Good salute to the judges there. Ready to trot at the next marker.
Oh, that's a good trot.
About to change to trot. Nice rhythm in trot.
An excellent walk. This horse really stepping out.
Nice rhythm in trot. About to change to trot.
Nice rhythm on the trot.
Additional marks awarded as well, known as the collective marks. Ready to trot at the next marker.
Nice rhythm on the trot. They halt and salute the judges. Well, I have a feeling that this is going to be one of the better scores for the day, and that is certainly going to place this combination in a great place for the competition.
Let's look at the placings after the dressage. They're lying in first place. Day 2. The course begins with fence 1, the anniversary fence. This has a nice inviting shape to it, and horse and rider should be able to jump it quite easily and settle down for the big task ahead. Fence 2, the Mitsubishi pickups, asks a bit more of horse and rider. Being very wide and imposing, riders will really need to push on in order to clear it comfortably. The Gallant Ha-Ha Fence 3 is the first combination on the course. It starts with a wide but narrow-faced log pile with a ditch behind it. Then it moves on up the bank to the second wide log pile. This jump will certainly require boldness and accuracy to clear it. Fence 4 is the picnic area, another combination. It has a wide table to start with and then a narrow toadstool as the shortest way out. Those not wanting to risk a run out at the narrow toadstool can take the alternative, but it'll cost time. The first water jump, the Charisma Pond, comes up pretty early, fence number 5. Rider and horse really need to be well balanced here, otherwise it can be very tricky to get out of the water. Round a right-hand bend, riders will find the pedestrian walkway. This fence, although not very technical, has tight turns and needs to be jumped pretty quickly to stay within that time limit. The footbridge at fence 7 is a typical badminton fence. Very big, with a wide ditch underneath that the horses can certainly see. It needs a bold horse, and not one that is easily spooked by ditches. Fence number 8 is Lexington Lane, made up of 2 pretty big hedges. The second element requires some care, as a run out down the lane is an easy option for an unsure horse. Next we arrive at the famous Tom Smith's Walls. It has a very big corner with an open gateway next to it, tempting the unsure horse to run out. Riders will need to take a really good line through this combination to make sure they get over both elements. The hayrack at number 10 is again asking a lot of horse and rider as they come off a blind and tight turn into it. It's quite a risk, and I can see a few combinations going for the longer, safer option at this one. Next, there is a bit of a breather and a chance to get back into a good gallop and make up some time whilst jumping some relatively easy fences. Centre Walk, fences 11 and 12, and the Churnstand, fence 13, can all be jumped at a reasonably strong pace and shouldn't present any problems. Agility and boldness are needed once again at the Vicarage V, fence 14. It is one of the biggest obstacles on the course, involving a huge corner over a wide ditch. To take this quick direct route, riders must have a very good line and a lot of power to the fence, as a run out here would be really easy. Once again, riders have the choice of a longer route over the 2 elements, but this option will take time. Fence 15 is a Challenger Bank. This fence gives the illusion of an enormous drop before a landing slope. Riders should really think about slowing the pace on the approach to this fence. But once up the bank, they'll need to generate enough impulsion for the horse to get over the fence and out. After accelerating away from the Challenger Bank, riders again have to gather up their horse quickly to get over fence 16. The white gate brush appears a very small and insignificant fence, but certainly is not to be underestimated.
Well, today we have quite a fog settling in, and that's going to make visibility a little bit more difficult.
Go! Clears the anniversary fence. Galloping along nicely now. This horse is jumping well for her. Coming up to the first element of the gallant ha-ha.
Cantering along this section now. Well, she's handled that very well. Gosh, she makes that look so easy.
This horse has a great style of jumping. Looking very determined. The horse was beautifully balanced there.
Going along at a good gallop. Well, horse and rider had great balance over that fence. At the footbridge now, and this has been a traditional badminton fence over the years.
Great effort there. Next, the ever familiar Lexington Lane.
Cantering nicely through there. No problem there. Looking very determined through Luckington Lane.
Cantering along this part now. It's hard to set the horses up for this next fence coming out of that blind turn. They can make up time here and should almost be able to take these next couple of fences at a gallop.
Cantering nicely through there. Will clear over that. Did they tackle that well? This fence provides somewhat of a breather for horse and rider, but they won't want to lose their focus.
This horse just cantering along this part of the course. Setting themselves up now for the Vicarage V, one of the largest obstacles on the course.
This horse just cantering along this part of the course. My goodness, this horse really has a lovely way of jumping. Now at the Challenger Bank, the rider really needs to think about slowing the pace here.
This horse just can't...
Oh, trouble there. She'll really be furious with herself. A better performance as they retake that fence. These two are really galloping along now. And it's over the last and now a run for the finish line.
Cantering along this part now.
Well, across the line now.
This combination have already had a few problems. That's a fantastic ride from this horse.
Let's look at the placings after the cross country. Oh, they're lying in first place.
Day 3, the show jumping. A fairly straightforward course, this. A lovely sunny day today. This horse is jumping well for her.
Well, she's handled that very well. Gosh, she makes that look so easy.
Here's the first combination. This horse has a great style of jumping.
Jumped very well over that.
The horse was beautifully balanced there. Amazing ride, brimming with confidence. Great effort there. No problem there.
We'll clear over that. Did they tackle that well? My goodness, this horse really has a lovely way of jumping. Excellent riding here.
Even after all his efforts yesterday, this horse is still giving 100%. They've done a superb job.
Now let's look at the placings after the show jumping. Oh, they're lying in first place. And here are the winners of this year's Badminton Horse Trials. An excellent performance indeed.
Welcome to this year's Pedigree Burley Horse Trials. Day 1, the Dressage. Quite a simple test, this one. A beautiful arena. A lovely sunny day today.
And she enters the arena now. She's about to salute the judges. These two make a very striking picture as they go around the arena. And a nice salute to the judges.
Ready to trot at the next marker. Nice rhythm in trot.
And a very controlled canter here. Nice rhythm on the trot.
Moving into trot now. Nice rhythm in trot. Moves into walk.
An excellent walk. This horse really stepping out. Oh, that's a good trot. And a very controlled canter here.
Nice rhythm in trot. Ready to salute the judges.
Well, I have a feeling now that that is going to be one of the better scores for the day, and that puts this combination in a great place in the competition.
Let's look at how they stand after the dressage. They're lying in first place. Day 2. Fence 1, the Pedigree Dog Pull, is a straightforward and inviting fence designed to give both horse and rider a positive start. Likewise, the decorative Burley flower frame, Fence 2, although big, it's not difficult. Next, riders face up to the leaf-picked log, where they'll jump over the log and down a big drop. Riders won't want to come too fast into this fence, because a horse can't see the landing. Sweeping round the left-hand bend brings you to Fence 4, the New Age Ditch. This is a maximum height fence of 3'11" with a 6-foot spread. Easy bits finished now at the Pedigree Poser. The direct route takes you over a 3'11" fence on top of the rise, then a drop down to the ditch, a slight turn and out over a very narrow-faced panel. Riders will really have to be switched on here to direct the horse through every step of this combination. For those less experienced, there is of course an easier scenic route at the cost of about 15 seconds. Up the hill and into the arena, the riders are faced with another difficult combination. The arena fences, numbers 6, 7 and 8. Those wanting to be high up in the placings will have to chance the big corner, where they jump the elements as one fence. Have to enter the arena and loop back 180 degrees, and really motor the horse forward to take this enormous corner. Those who take the time-consuming easier route will have to loop around to jump each of the 3 smaller corners. Out of the arena and straight ahead through the woods is fence 9, the Jubilee Cross Question. Although not a huge fence, the downhill approach and the wide ditch underneath it make it one to watch out for. Next, another combination, Herbert's Hollow, comprises fence 10 and 11. Horses have to jump over the big log, drop down, across the ditch, up the bank and over another log. A lot will depend on the rider here, as the horse can't see the ditch until the last moment before jumping the first log. Those who find this a bit daunting may prefer to take the alternative route. The long straight track following this combination provides an excellent opportunity to make up some time galloping, before reaching fence 12, the French Horns. Whilst this fence does not appear too daunting, it's big enough and it should be ridden with care as the ground falls away on both the takeoff and the landing sides. Round a slight bend you find the Waterloo Dragon. This somewhat scary looking fence is really quite straightforward and should not present too much of a problem. After the Dragon comes Malting's Corner. Approaching this fence, riders should be aware of the ground, which falls away slightly on the takeoff and could interfere with the horse's line over the corner. The stick pile, number 15, is another fence not to be underestimated. It's wider than it appears and riders will need to push on a bit in order to clear it. Although fairly wide, fence 16, the open palisade ditch, should ride well. Round another left-hand bend and riders will reach the train, an easy fence which will provide a slight breather before reaching the most demanding section of the course. Quite heavy rain falling now, the ground could become pretty slippery, and they're off. Making a great start over the dog pole. This horse is jumping well for her. They shouldn't come into this fence too fast because the horse can't see the landing. Almost at the 4th fence, the New Age ditch.
These two are really galloping along now. Now approaching the Pedigree Poser.
This horse just cantering along this part of the course. She handles that very well. No problem through the Pedigree Poser.
Going along at a good gallop. Gosh, she makes that look so easy. This horse has a great style of jumping. And they're rounding the bend now to Herbert's Hollow, another combination comprising fences 10 and 11. Jump very well over that.
Now approaching another of Burley's interesting fences, the French Horns. The horse was beautifully balanced there. The Waterloo Dragon is the next fence for them to tackle. Not a terribly difficult fence. They'll have to keep moving, it's big.
the easy route taking them around the back of the cottage here. Well, horse and rider had great balance over that fence. They'll need to make a strong move to this big parallel. Great effort there, and this horse is really full of going.
Coming up to fence 16, the open palisade. No problem there. Next is the train. Over the last fence, the finish line in sight. Across the finish line now.
Well, that's been a fantastic pace from this horse.
Let's look at the placings after the cross country. They're lying in first place. Day 3. A fairly straightforward course, this. Steady rain falling here. Riders will need to take extra care to balance their horses.
This horse is really jumping well for her. Well, she's handled that very well.
She makes it look so easy. This is the first combination. This horse has a great style of jumping. Looking very determined.
It's just lovely watching these two. Well, horse and rider had great balance over that fence. Great effort there, and this horse is really full of going. No problem there. We'll clear over that.
Here's the first combination.
Did they tackle that well?
My goodness, this horse has a lovely way of jumping.
Well, across the line now.
Nice clear round there.
Now let's look at the standings after the show jumping. Oh, they're lying in first place. And the winners of the Burleigh Horse Trials, a fantastic performance. Welcome to the Sydney International Equestrian Championships. Day 1, the dressage. Well, this is one of the easier dressage tests here. This arena is as picturesque as ever. Well, the weather quite overcast.
As they come down the centre line, they should be absolutely straight. Ready to salute the judges.
And a nice salute to the judges. Next move will be the trot.
Nice rhythm in trot.
And that's a good canter.
Getting ready to canter. Moving into trot now.
Oh, that's a good trot. The dressage test, of course, is based on the ability of horse and rider to communicate with each other, and certainly this combination appear to be doing that well. Next movement is the canter.
About to change to trot.
Nice rhythm on the trot.
Moves into walk. Lovely rhythm in the walk.
Nice rhythm on the trot.
She salutes the judges. They're going to go into a good place on that score.
Let's look at the standings after the dressage. Oh, they're lying in first place. Day 2, the cross country. The course begins at the Bushman's Seat, a welcoming fence designed to give horses and riders a confident start. At this stage, riders will really need to settle their horses down and get them focused for the tough course ahead. A short way down the hill and riders come to fence number 2, the feeder. Now this is another straightforward fence to ease the horse into the course, and it should ride well. Fence number 3 is the snake pit, a trachina type fence with a ditch underneath. Now this first stitch may worry some horses, particularly the inexperienced, so riders will certainly need to ride forward to this obstacle. Up a slight hill then, and riders reach the Pimple, the first combination fence on the course. Those taking the direct route will travel up the bank before bouncing over a big log and down a slope. If the bounce and log look a bit daunting at this early stage, then riders can take the alternative over the smaller log, but of course this option will take time. After the Pimple, it's on to fence number 5, the Ha-Ha. Now this is a hedge with a big ditch in front, and the horse will really need to stretch to clear it, and a forward ride is essential here. The log piles are next at fences 6 and 7, where riders again have a number of options available. The quick route goes directly over both elements on the angle and will certainly save valuable seconds. Alternatively, the riders can take the first element and then loop back around to come back over the second. Well, fence 8 is Pooh Corner, a big brush oxer in a dip, or if taking the scenic route, 2 slightly smaller brush fences. The downhill approach will add difficulty to this fence, and riders should try to approach at a controlled and a steady pace. Once through Pooh Corner, the course heads again downhill to fence number 9. Situated at the top of a slope with a huge drop-on landing, this fence is appropriately named Interspace. On such a steep hill, a steady approach is again necessary. Interspace is quickly followed by the first of the 2 water fences on the course. Horsley Dam incorporates fences 10 and 11 and will play a vital part during this competition, really separating the good riders from the rest of the field. The direct route enters the water over a big log and down a huge 2-metre drop. Horses can then canter through the water before jumping out and over the boathouse at fence 11. Now if this route appears too challenging, there is always the alternative, bypassing the more difficult elements but of course costing valuable time. Those riders making it through the water without a dunking will then head to Wally's Creek and fence number 12. This fence involves jumping a wide bridge situated in a dip over the creek. A lovely sunny day today. And go! Well, they take that first fence well. This horse is really jumping well through.
Galloping along nicely now. At fence 3 now, the snake pit. She handles that very well. Down now to the first big test, fence 4, the Pimple.
Gosh, she makes that look so easy. How easily over that big bank.
Cantering along this part now. The next 2 fences combine together to make the wood piles. This horse has a great style of jumping. cantering along this part now. Next on course, Pooh Corner.
These two are really galloping along now. Jumped very well over that. Approaching the interspace fence.
This horse just cantering along this part of the course. The horse was beautifully balanced there. Horsley Dam awaits. A big jump in if they choose it. Amazing ride, brimming with confidence. Through the water, oh trouble there. She'll be furious with herself. A much better performance as they retake that fence.
And galloping along nicely now. And over the last fence with the finish line in sight.
Across the line now.
Well, this horse and rider have had a few problems to this point. Well, that's been a fantastic pace from this horse.
Let's look at how they stand after the cross-country. They're lying in first place.
Day 3, the show jumping. Quite a straightforward course this, only a few changes of direction. Beautiful weather today, bright sunshine and a gentle breeze. This horse is really jumping well for her.
She handles that very well.
Gosh, she makes that look so easy.
This horse has a great style of jumping. Looking very determined. The horse was beautifully balanced there. Amazing ride, brimming with confidence.
Great effort there, and this horse is really full of going.
No problem there.
We'll clear over that. Did they tackle that well?
Here's the first combination. My goodness, this horse has a lovely way of jumping.
Excellent riding here. Neatly over that fence.
Over the finish, stop the clock.
Oh, and a lovely round. Now let's look at the standings after the show jumping. Oh, they're lying in first place. And the winners and gold medalists of the Sydney International Equestrian Individual event. What a truly commanding performance from start to finish.